Hey there, I'm Deborah Shushan, and I'm coming to you from the San Francisco Bay Area. I live in the East Bay, and outside of school, I'm a very, very, very big native plant fan. I would even go as far to say I'm a California native plant nerd. And I've planted my garden entirely with pollinators, bees, butterflies, hummingbirds in mind, and it's 90% natives. Before lockdown, the garden was going to be featured on the Bringing Back the Natives garden tour, which features gardens throughout the East Bay that feature native plants. Let's start the tour right now. This right here is a Cleveland sage. It's called Winifred Gilman. It has these adorable little blue flowers. It's fragrant and delicious. I have this plant, which is called a Matilaha poppy, and when it's in bloom, it gets a big white paper poppy with a yellow center, and so some people call it a fried eggplant. Moving back up the patio a little bit onto the porch. So this is more of a black sage. It's actually taken over this entire side of the yard. And I don't know if you can hear it, but this is entirely a bee superhighway. So if you're standing right here, you would just hear tons and tons and tons of buzzing. So I also wanted to show you this red sage. It's actually not native, however, it's super duper adorable with bright red flowers and also a really nice fragrance. And then down here is the beginning of the world's tiniest meadow. Hey there, so I wanted to show you my propagation station. It's right here. I have a nice high table with some cilantro that I potted up from the Morton Botanic Garden in Palm Springs, California. And you'll notice that all around I have lots of milkweed. Milkweed is the larval food for the monarch butterfly, and I'm going to show you a little bit more in just a second. Hey there, this is Deborah Shushan, and I'm here at Salesian College Preparatory. I want to welcome you to my classroom and show you some of my students' work. Out here on the bulletin board, I have some examples from my photography class this year. We've been mostly remote, yet kids are starting to come back into the classroom. And over here, this year, this is a new project. I asked kids to develop a social justice superhero, and they created a backstory and then got to work designing their superhero based on their ideas. Kids use watercolor and pen and ink, and some people use Procreate or other drawing apps, and then they wrote a wall card for their work, and I'm super proud of them. So come on into my classroom. So I have this nice big space, and I'm really fortunate to have an Apple laptop cart. I have a Miracle machine over there, which is a Xerox color copier in my classroom, which feels like a really incredible luxury. And it's great for the kids. And some contemporary working artists, some examples of artwork. You want to come in here. Some other examples. The kids did these mixed media portraits of different artists, and most of them are made by like maybe 4 or 5 kids, and then there's some here behind me as well. And I wanted to share that in our classes we do a lot of technology, and we do some painting and some drawing. And something I like to talk about with students, especially when it comes to materials, is layers. So for some kids, this flat version of the hamburger, and for some kids, this 3D version of the hamburger. It's a great way to talk to kids about layers, whether it's painting or sculpture or drawing or shading. I found that this is the best way to communicate building layers. So thank you for visiting.